So I did my Spring Anime 2016 thoughts recently, and you may realize there's one very, very popular show that was missing. ReZero, or ReZero, whatever it's called. I think it's ReZero, but I've put in no effort into, looking this stuff up beforehand, so hey-ho. And this is a really bad habit of mine, and I'm really not sure why I do it, but sometimes if a show is like super popular, I kind of just don't bother with it. Maybe I'm just trying to be hipster as fuck, I don't know, but it's really popular. On r/anime, it's like got something like 4,000 upvotes every episode, which is probably the biggest show to come out since One Punch Man. Though it's not gonna have the same appeal as One Punch Man, because One Punch Man is a very it's something anyone outside of anime could get into, which I don't think ReZero has the same appeal of, because it is kind of One Punch Man is just fighting, right? If it was like fighting with a twist, it might not have sold, it might not have been sell as well to people outside of anime as it has. But anyway, yeah, so ReZero is very popular. It's like 4,000 upvotes an episode on the subreddit, and for some reason, I guess it's because a lot of people were on about it, I kind of got sick of hearing about it, so I didn't bother watching it. But a friend of mine has been watching it since day one, and he's talked about it a couple of times, and I thought, hey, I might as well check it out. And I didn't know what to expect. I didn't think it would be that good. I thought it'd just be like a generic fantasy anime, because oh boy, I really don't like the whole guy gets sucked into a virtual world thing. I tried to get into it. Log Horizon was like regarded as one of the best, and Christ, I really didn't like Log Horizon. But surprisingly, I really like this, which I didn't see coming. The return after death aspect is the main draw of the show, and it is probably the best thing about it, because the world I don't care about. I don't think it's got anything to make it stand out above any other like fantasy like anime there is. The characters I mostly don't care about. Well, it's not I don't care about them, but like Amelia, it's a very generic design for her, and I don't really care that much about some of them. But the return after death aspect in this show is awesome, because they've the main concerns I had with it to begin with is, right, Subaru's going to be dying quite a lot. That should really fuck with him. And originally, it didn't seem like it did. It's like, okay, is he fine with dying? But then shit hit the fan pretty quickly. Like, there was some psychological aspects that got thrown into the show. Like, maybe not psychological aspects for episode 8, but episode 8, the pressure that he was under to make everything right, and it was really building up for episode 8, and it was really just making him feel like shit, which I really appreciated that that got addressed. Most of the problems I've had with the show, the main concerns have been addressed, and like for episode 15, he's just like brain dead for half that. He's just like exhausted and he can't handle it anymore. So I guess in a way it kind of reminds me of Tokyo Ghoul, the way that like the character just gets like completely broken at times, but it's not really in the same level as Tokyo Ghoul, I'd say. But I'm really, really happy that I've added in psychological aspects to this, because they could have easily avoided it, and it could, even though he dies, been a more light-hearted show. But they dealt with it, which makes me really happy. It's something you can't really avoid. And something like this happens. The episode 13, was it? Everything hits the fan. Like, it's just like it's a train wreck in episode 13, which is interesting, but at the same time I can't handle shit like that, because it's just the most like embarrassing thing in the universe, and I'm not good with stuff like that. But it's made him so he's had to like change locations now, so it's and added a bit of variety to the show, which is always cool. And the conversation he has with Amelia at the end of episode 13 is really interesting, because he's seeing Amelia as this kind of savior, but it's because of the fact that he's had two versions of Amelia in his life, thanks to the return to death, which is like super awesome. That it's like fucking with him on a level that he's got memories of people that don't exist in this world. So it can be troublesome at times for him. There's also the gore, which is one of the first things I heard about it, but it's not that gory. It's got this interesting way of handling the gore. It might be because it's maybe the channel it's on, it can't really show like a lot of like really gory stuff, but it's got this weird way. What I've noticed for the most part for a lot of scenes, like when he gets like in episode 3 or something, he's like when he's in the mansion, he gets like slashed by the mace and there's blood everywhere, but you don't explicitly see stuff. It's you kind of see it from his point of view, where there's a lot of disoriented, like it's what's the word here, disorientation, I guess. Like stuff's very hazy and you can't quite tell what's happening, which I really like because you're kind of seeing it from Subaru's perspective. But there is some like really unnerving stuff that wouldn't be censored, which is really, really cool to see, so they can get away with it. Like in episode 15, when I think it's Rem, there's Rem and Ram, but I think it's Rem. She gets like her entire body like twisted, like that's disgusting. So it's cool to see violence, I guess, portrayed in a way that's really disturbing, that I don't think would the same impact would be there. Like if it was just, I don't know, like his guts are all over the floor, it wouldn't really have the same impact as the kind of things they're doing in this show to, I guess, bypass the maybe channel restrictions. So I really appreciate that. And yeah, a lot of people are saying this could easily end up being their favourite anime of all time, which I can really see, because I'm really interested, really excited to see this every week. Since I've been watching anime like weekly, I think this is probably the most excited I've been, probably the most interested I've been to see how the story progresses. For my academia, I was really into it, because I binged watched a lot of the manga for that, but I'm really excited to watch this weekly. I tried looking up for the light novel translation, but it's not out. They are releasing a paperback release for the light novels, but the problem is, for them to get past the point where the anime will be, it'll take them, I think it'll be sometime late 2017, and I won't be waiting that long. But there should be a season 2, I imagine, because while there's not a lot of volumes for light novel, they're light novels, there's a lot of content in a light novel, so they probably have enough to make at least, based on the amount of volumes they're tearing through. Because I think 3 arcs are all have concluded by the time this anime's done. They have at least, I'd say, enough content to make a 12 episode season 3, if not a 24 episode season, and I'm pretty sure it's selling quite well, so they should get onto that pretty soon. And it doesn't look I guess artistically like the best thing. It doesn't have anything that makes it stand out from other shows, but that's okay because of all the other things the show is going for it, and it's not really like an action anime or anything, so it doesn't really have to have over-the-top gorgeous animation, so the style and animation that it has works fine for it, and there's not any like noticeable drops in quality, which is all I can really ask for, because it's consistent in how it looks like. At the same time, because it doesn't look like amazing, it should mean that they get more of a profit in from the Blu-ray DVD sales, so hopefully season 3, I guess, or season 2 won't be too far off, because it doesn't look like it'd be that hard a show to it's a bit, once I say, anime is easy to make, but compared to some other shows, I don't imagine it'd be too hard for them to, or it'd take too long for them to make a new season. So maybe mid-2017 there could be a new season, which, well, unless the show really fucks up in the next 10 episodes, I can't wait to see. So yeah, I probably should have watched Re:Zero when it came out, but at the same time, I got the joy of binge watching it, and well, it's kind of torture waiting for Sunday to come now, so maybe it's better that I just binge watched a lot of it. And yeah, an unexpected treat from last season, and that's that really. See ya.